It's a glorious day. It's very, very warm indeed. The pitch looks magnificent. There are lots of empty red seats on the far side of the stadium as we look, but I'll tell you where there aren't any empty seats, and that's away to our right hand side. The away supporters section here at the Bet 365 stadium is absolutely full, as you would expect, and they're singing and making noise already, anticipating with some relish another Leeds United away day. Will it be that straightforward? Well, it remains to be seen, but we're looking forward to it anyway. And there, the first strains of the afternoon of marching on together. Resounding sound from the away end. Ben Parker alongside me for the game this afternoon. Ben will be looking forward to this, I'm sure, with some degree of confidence, given the relative position of the two teams in the table. Would that be right?
Yeah, it will be right. Good afternoon, Bryn. Good afternoon, everyone else. Shall we welcome everyone to Costa del Stoke? I think that's a more appropriate phrase, because, like you said, the sun's beaming, perfect conditions for football, to be honest. The sprinkles have been on the pitch, nice and slick. Just want us to dictate the play from the first whistle. That's what we did as last away league game against Wigan. I thought we dominated from start to the finish. I expect with the change that Stoke have made, six in total, I expect them to have a massive go first 15-20 minutes, but it's nothing we haven't come up against before. We've come up against different systems, different formations, but the one thing that remains consistent is us sticking to our game plan and us putting the best foot forward.
As you mentioned, 6 changes made by Nathan Jones, who's probably a manager under pressure, I would imagine, given the start that Stoke have had to the season. Just 1 point in the league so far. Interestingly, he's got an 18-year-old as his captain this afternoon. Joe Allen, who signed for the club for whatever it was, £13.5 million, is on the bench. Misses his first game ever under this manager, and an 18-year-old takes the captain's armband. That's a big call, that one, isn't it?
It's a massive call. I'm just trying to picture myself being in his shoes. It must be excited, nervous, all of the things. But from our point of view, test him out early. Put balls in and around him, turn him, make life uncomfortable for him, because it's not only trying to look after his own game, being a young player, he's also got to lead the team and set an example. And you mentioned Joe Allen, you know him really well in the Wales setup. Speak really highly of him. He's got a great reputation within the game. Has been a fantastic pro, but the manager's under pressure. You look at their bench and you think most of those players are getting to most of the teams in Championship. But
is it an England international in the midst of their replacement?
For one reason or the other, something's not right at this club, and we've got to take full advantage of that today.
Well, the two teams have appeared now, coming out of the tunnel down away on our right-hand side. Stoke City in their traditional red and white stripes, white shorts, white socks. Leeds United in their far from traditional charcoal grey and shocking pink away strip. It worked well at Wigan, it worked well at Salford. Will it work well again this afternoon here at the Bet 365 stadium? Two sides line up adjacent to the main stand that we sit in here. Quick chance to have a look through the two teams for you. As we mentioned, numerous changes to the Stoke City lineup. It's all far more straightforward for Leeds United at the moment. Just the one change, an enforced change for Leeds United this afternoon. Liam Cooper has travelled with the squad but isn't fit enough to take part, so the captain will watch on, and Berardi comes into the side to replace him. It's a slightly inexperienced look, you could say, to the bench as far as Leeds are concerned this afternoon. We've got Meslier and Nketiah, Costa, Struijk, McCalmont, Shackleton in there. So there are some young players and some experienced players, a mixture on the bench, but we saw how well the replacements did in that last game in the win against Brentford. The Stoke City side then, as we mentioned, lots of changes from their last game, a heavy defeat at Preston North End, starting with the goalkeeper, Jack Butland, the England international, on the bench. Adam Federici comes in for his first league start. And another popular names on the bench, or big names on the bench, Alan, Bart, Ince, Smith, Hogan, all very experienced players, both at this level and the level above. And the Stoke City side has the likes of Nathan Collins, the captain, the 18-year-old in there. We've already talked about Jordan Cousins, who's not made too many starts since coming from QPR. And Mark Duffy, familiar name, again, very experienced championship level footballer, who perhaps surprisingly made the move from Sheffield United. Duffy's in for Stoke from the off today. So numerous changes for Stoke, very straightforward for Leeds United. The one proceedings get underway, or about to get underway, with the Stoke City song Delilah ringing out from the PA system here. It's not been a particularly happy hunting ground for Stoke since Nathan Jones took charge as manager last January. His first league win was here against Leeds United, and there haven't been too many more since then. He's only managed 4 competitive wins in total as a manager in the time since then, and only 1 so far this season, coming in the Carabao Cup at Wigan, and that means that these two sides, of course, will meet again, a rematch at Ellen Road on Tuesday evening. This is the one, I think it's fair to say, with the greater importance riding on it, though, isn't it, Ben?
Clearly is, Bryn. I think we've got to start right. Teams like this, where you look at the league position, the bottom of the table, you've got to start right against them. Almost trying to get the crowd not turn against them, but just quieting them down early doors. Like I said, with the amount of changes they have done, I fully expect them to come out all guns blazing, but we've got to nullify that, keep to our passing game, keep to moving the ball quickly. Like I say, it's a perfect day for a game of football.
So Kiko Casilla goes to take his place in front of the Leeds United travelling supporters, gives them a little hand clap as he walks towards them. He's wearing the blue and yellow shirt, a number of which are to be seen in the away end as well. And Leeds will be kicking away from their own fans in this first half. They'll be kicking from right to left, and the game is now underway. Stoke City in possession and keen to get the ball forward as quickly as possible, up towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Berardi was underneath it with a looping header, and then it goes into Stuart Dallas, and it's a long ball forward from Dallas that's going to carry all the way through to Federici for his first league touch of the season at the other end of the park. Gained lots of experience as a Reading goalkeeper, not played many games of football apart from his spell at Reading, but knows all about championship level football. Stoke attacking down the left-hand side. Chance to get a low cross into the box, maybe. And Stoke have a corner kick. It's a bright start from the home team.
Just having a look how Stoke is setting up. They are playing with the 3 centre-halves, 2 wing-backs. I just think with the first couple of minutes, well, inside the first minute, just got to sort out who we're going to go press in that kind of the midfield battle. Can we release one of our midfielders to go close? If it's James McClean like he had the ball, just so we're not isolated 1v1 out wide.
So Leeds have some defending to do in the opening couple of minutes of this game, and it's a dangerous corner kick. There's a flick from the edge of the 6-yard box, and Leeds have just got enough bodies around the ball to get the ball clear of the penalty area, but Stoke maintain possession, and this is indeed the high tempo opening to the game that Ben Parker predicted and Nathan Jones, the manager, surely will have wanted. Leeds do well to break things up. Harrison infield to Hernandez and back to Harrison again, and then Harrison prepared to go further back. Boos as Leeds take possession. There'll be a raucous atmosphere here at the Betts 365, at least in these early stages. Perhaps that's one of the tasks that Leeds face, just quietening things down, as Ben suggested.
And we're still playing the 2 centre forwards. You see Calvin Phillips on the ball there. Seen him do it so much over the last 12 to 14 months, dropping in, making that extra body. Almost plays as a 3rd centre half, but does step in out of possession. So it's important we do use that extra man if we can, just to move the ball around.
There's the young captain for Stoke City, Collins, clearing the ball from the edge of his own penalty area up towards the halfway line, where Leeds get a free kick, which is taken quickly to Stuart Dallas on the right-hand side. Dallas, Hernandez, and back to Dallas again, out by the touchline on the right side, in the sunshine, the bright sunshine, warm day here in the Potteries, and that may be a factor. If Leeds United can make Stoke work and chase and have to put in all the effort to try and get any sort of possession, that might be to their advantage in the latter stages of this game. Clear blue skies overhead suggest no change imminent in the weather. From the back, Stoke City through Clucas play a ball forward and out to the left-hand side. Chance for them to move players forward. With James McClean, familiar figure in possession, the Republic of Ireland international. Stoke go back again, and Lindsay picks up. And Lindsay's ball is not a good one. and it bounces out of play somewhere by the corner flag behind the goal for a Leeds United goal kick.
Yeah, the midfield battle's going to be really interesting. Just seeing how Stoke are setting up. It's almost like they've got obviously the three centre halves of the two wing backs we spoke about, but then in front of them it's almost like a diamond with Duffy at the head of it, just in behind Gregory. You can see what the tactic is, just trying to frustrate us on the turnover, get Duffy on the half turn, and then automatically the running at our back two.
Really dramatically changed things around as a result of that 3-1 defeat against Preston in midweek. Jack Butland had a night to forget. He's paid the price on that basis as well. He's on the bench for them this afternoon. So Nathan Jones, I think, would feel he's in the position of having to try something radically different. Certainly he's done that with the starting 11 and with the formation as well. Because thus far the season has not started the way that Stoke would have wanted at all. Just the one win in the Carabao Cup at Wigan and just the 1 point on the board, courtesy of a draw with Derby County. But Stoke attacking again, right hand side, seeing as much if not more of the ball at the moment than Leeds United. And the ball is out of play on this near side, level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area, but it will be a Leeds United throw-in that Alioski takes. Alioski left-footed high into the afternoon sky. Bamford jumps well. He won the header, but in doing so committed a foul apparently against Lindsay, and that will be a Stoke free kick in the centre circle.
Just can't get much tempo first 5 minutes, bit scrappy. I think just like saying, just trying to suss out who should you go press. Are you looking over your shoulder? I think times like this when you do come up against a different formation, communication's massive. Just people at side of you, people in front of you, just give you that reassurance, like go on, put him under pressure, I'll back you up. But like I say, first 5 minutes just feeling each other out, bit scrappy, but when the game settles, that's when you start to try and get, especially Pablo has moved inside to that kind of number 10 position where he's stood now, try and get players like that on the half turn.
Leeds have possession out by the corner flag on the far right as we watch just the right of the halfway line, high up in the main stand here. Federici gets the ball with a pass back along the ground. He's on the edge of the D and he plays a square ball out to the left hand side, and Lindsay with a left foot ball forward, which is intercepted by Ben White. Ben White plays the ball up to Harrison on the halfway line. Hernandez with a quick pass out wide. He's rather overhit, it's half volleyed and it's gone into touch ahead of Klich. Didn't have probably his best night in a Leeds United shirt on Wednesday. Pablo Hernandez passing at times just a little awry. He's been such an outstanding performer over the last few seasons for Leeds that he'll be forgiven that, I'm sure, and he's obviously kept his place in the starting lineup. But Leeds, of course, have those options on the bench should they be required in similar circumstances. Tight match, not much in it. Maybe the chance to bring on Costa and Nketiah there again. Ball is out on the far side touchline. It's gone out for a Stoke City throw-in. Quite a few empty seats here around the stadium, probably an indication of the tough times that Stoke have had in the last season and this one, and the one before that when they were relegated from the Premier League. Hoping for better times. On this near side, the man in possession is Edwards. Edwards, the fullback, looking for the attacking run of Duffy. Duffy's done well, holding off the challenge of Berardi, but then the pass is poor.
Good covering that by Berardi. He saw the run from Duffy quite early, just tracked him. And sometimes when you're coming into the team, if you've been playing, say you played right back for 10-15 minutes the other night, sometimes you don't follow those runs. I've been there, and it takes you a few minutes to build into the game in terms of staying switched on and following runners, but fair play to Berardi there. Saw the run early, tracked him and forced him into a mistake.
Ball down the right-hand channel, the left-hand channel as Leeds look at it. Right-hander Stoke look at it, is ahead, too far ahead of Harrison, and it carries all the way through to Federici. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Federici with a drop kick this time, goes long into the Leeds half, and it's won by Duffy with his back to goal midway inside Leeds territory, and then it goes back to the halfway line.
Good pressure.
And pressure forces Stoke all the way back to Federici again, so they gain 0 ground from that passage of play. And back again with Federici, and now Harrison is having a little nibble at the goalkeeper, who elects to play a short pass to the left-hand side. Stoke playing out from the back. Calvin Phillips in a central defensive role at the moment, clears forward. His presence in midfield is always important for Leeds in terms certainly of winning possession back and then beginning to build moves, so Leeds will maybe have to cover for that a little as he sits in next to Berardi just in these opening stages. The pair of them almost playing as a central defensive three, aren't they, with White, Berardi and Phillips in there really, and it's White who attacks the ball now with Phillips and Berardi both in close proximity, and then Phillips steps out of the group to pick up Duffy on the halfway line as Stoke have possession in their own half, and now cross the halfway line with the ball forward from the captain Campbell, and Leeds win it back. Now Dallas. Leeds just beginning to enjoy longer spells of possession in these opening 10 minutes.
What Harrison's doing as well, he's just trying to get in those positions closer to Patrick Bamford and almost act as a second striker.
The Leeds defending, that's surely handball. Oh, the ref's assistant is looking straight at that and nothing is given, and it looked like a clear handball by Cousins as the player immediately goes up towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area as a result, but Leeds have defenders in there. White does well, and White tidies up. It's a good job nothing more came of that, because the player stretched an arm out to control the ball with the arm.
Must be one of these new rules, if it only hits one of your arms then it's play on, I think.
Maybe having your arm out wide as you're chasing the ball is your natural silhouette, I'm not sure. I dread to think what my natural silhouette is. Thrown forward from
that's for another day.
Hernandez to Harrison. Back it goes to Hernandez again on the near side touchline.
Great
Good ball
pass
from Hernandez through the middle for Klich. Klich controls. He's 25 yards out and he tries the shot and it scuffs its way across the ground and almost gives Federici a worrying moment, but he stretches out and pulls the ball into his body on the ground.
Well, Federici kind of dived late due to Patrick Bamford making that run across his eye line. And due to the lack of pace on the shot, it wasn't that far away from it was Bamford, but great little ball from Hernandez into Klich, getting into those little pockets of space as we were talking about, and that's key when we do regain possession. We have to make those passes early, just so you give the man in space that time to get on the half turn.
Leeds in possession in their own half, and space for Hernandez to run into, then play a ball over the top. Bamford is waiting on the edge of the penalty area, but he's beaten to the ball in the air, and it goes back into the hands of Adam Federici, and then it's thrown out to the left hand side where Duffy is beaten by Bamford on the halfway line. Bamford looks forward and finds Hernandez, and back to Bamford again. Short pass. Klich is wide, but it's come infield to Hernandez. Hernandez holds the ball up, 2 red and white shirts around him, and between those 2 shirts they win possession back for the home team, and it goes up into the Leeds half and it bounces out of play far side for a Leeds United throw in, almost level with the edge of the penalty area. Ben White tracked it all the way, did the job. Calvin Phillips near side in possession in the shadow, 1/3 of the pitch just about in shade. Forshaw goes back to Berardi. Berardi plays the ball intelligently into space on the right hand side where Dallas comes in to pick up, and now Hernandez on the halfway line. He spreads play out to the left side of the penalty area, and Alioski heads back into the path of Harrison just outside the area. There's space to turn into. There's a great opportunity to get a ball in here, and Harrison's ball across the edge of the 6-yard box was bundled away. It comes back to Forshaw just outside the penalty area. Harrison again back to Forshaw. Leeds' best move. Forshaw short and wide to Klich, and Klich square then to Hernandez, midway inside the Stoke City half. Into the box it goes. Alioski's made a forward run there, and Stoke get bodies around the ball, and Etebo in midfield temporarily clears for them, but it comes back to Hernandez now. The roars go up from the away supporters. Hernandez Square pass wide right to Dallas. Dallas comes back infield again and goes back to the halfway line to maintain possession for Leeds. Now Hernandez, and Bamford's almost made space for himself there. And then it's a nervous looking clearance from the edge of the penalty area. And this is a good period of play and a good period of pressure from Leeds United. Harrison on the left foot, 15 yards outside the box, further wide to Alioski. Alioski moves towards the area, then comes up towards the edge of the pass. And Hernandez and Alioski's continued the forward run. Back into Harrison, just outside the penalty area. Harrison short to Klich, back to Harrison. There's loads of time and space for Harrison here to play the cross in. He can't quite lift it enough, and it hits the back of the fullback in front of him and comes out on the near side for a Leeds throw in. But they're good signs in this period of play for Leeds. Now Alioski up towards the edge of the area. Hernandez intelligent to let it run, and then Forshaw, and the shot takes a deflection. Hernandez in the box. Federici saves. Klich with a shot, and it deflects and loops up into the hands of Federici, and that was a terrific opportunity for Leeds to take the lead.
Certainly was, Bryn. Great bit of spell of pressure from us boys. We're getting bodies closer together, getting bodies in around Bamford, in those little pocket of spaces in between the lines. Stoke don't really know what to do, whether to go tight or drop off. Can hear the fans getting on back of them, but fair play to Stoke. The through bodies on the line, but you just expected the back of net to rift, but great sustained bit of pressure.
So Stoke try and get themselves out of the danger area by pushing a ball long into the Leeds half, but Forshaw's done very well on the far touchline and wins a free kick. Foul on the back of Forshaw is taken quickly and short to Ben White. Leeds want to maintain the momentum that they've established over the last few minutes in this game. Quarter of an hour gone. Stoke City 0, Leeds United 0. We've just had the first couple of chances. Hernandez shot, well saved by Federici, although he couldn't get the ball away from danger zone, and waiting there was Klich via a layoff, and Klich shot, had it not taken a deflection off a defender, would surely have gone in. Leeds have possession again. Far side, Klich is the man on the ball. To the edge of the centre circle, and Forshaw back to Phillips, and Phillips wide on this near side to Alioski, who keeps the ball in play and then goes longer to Harrison, and Hernandez misplaces a passing return, and it will come out on this near side touchline for a throw into Stoke City.
When we spoke before the game as well, Bryn, we mentioned about this crowd, Stoke, and to be fair to them, they stuck with the team for mostly 16 minutes, but the first 2-3 minute bit of pressure we had, could hear the boos and the moans coming out, and that just shows you when the team's down at the bottom, as an away team, vitally important to keep that crowd quiet, almost trying, like I said, turn them in a certain way against their own team.
I think there's been quite a lot of unhappiness around this football club over the last few seasons, so Leeds of course will be seeking to use that potentially to their advantage throughout the course of this afternoon. Federici has the ball in his hands in the penalty area to our left hand side, and he rolls the ball underarm, and then it comes out on this near side to Cousins, and then goes back to Federici, and then over the halfway line. Heads up. Now Duffy is there for Stoke, but he's running towards the halfway line. He's fouled with a little push in the back from Calvin Phillips. Phillips staying tight defensively, but at the cost of a free kick just inside the Leeds United half, just outside the centre circle, taken quickly by the captain, and that's a terrible free kick. There's no other way to describe that. He got that completely wrong. He played a ball down the channel, the 18-year-old. There was absolutely nobody in the Stoke City shirt anywhere near it, and the ball just rolled behind for a Leeds United goal kick.
Yeah, it's seen something that no one else on the ground has seen there.
It's not entirely going to fill you full of confidence when you're wearing the captain's armband, necessarily that, but one of those tests that as a captain, as a teenage captain, he's going to have to come through. Ball out, is it on the far side? No, it isn't. Play is allowed to continue. Leeds in possession on the edge of their own penalty area. White's under a bit of pressure, so he goes back to Casilla. Casilla skips the clearance up towards the edge of the centre circle, where it's won by Cousins. And then there's a strong forward run from central defence as the ball comes out to the near side, and as soon as the ball is crossed in, the referee's assistant raises the flag, because at that point Gregory was interfering. So So the former Halifax man, in his first real foray forward, is caught offside.
Good line by Leeds. Saw the run early. Could just see Ben White just held that little bit. Knew he didn't have to stay with the run there, and we're confident with Berardi's line. So obviously with Berardi coming in for Liam Cooper, sometimes you have them kind of little question marks about your back four. Can the gel settle in straight away? But obviously the players trust each other, and to have that offside there, good understanding.
Good ball down the right-hand line as well to Klich in towards the edge of the penalty area, hoping that someone was going to arrive. They didn't quite in time. Hernandez was close, but not quite close enough. And it comes up to the centre circle where Gregory lays the ball back into the path of Clucas, and then it goes to Etebo, and he goes further wide to the left-hand touchline. Forward a little foul, is that by Stuart Dallas? Referee, yes, has awarded a free kick for Stoke City. Stuart Dallas acknowledges that he just gave McClean a little pull back there as he almost threatened to get away from him. The Republic of Ireland international up against the Northern Irish international.
Just held his hand a little bit there. Don't know if it's an Irish thing, holding hands, but I like the initial kind of press from Dallas, and I thought it was a lucky touch, the first one from McClean. Just put him out of his stride with Dallas, but so I think we might say it's a good free kick, but you only say it's a good free kick to give away if you defend this one now.
Which is exactly what Leeds United have to do. Cluster of players on the edge of the penalty area, and there's a two-man wall. Harrison's in there, Hernandez is in there, and they're just in front of the edge of the penalty area, maybe a yard or two outside of the penalty areas. McClean gives the signal from the left-hand side. In fact, the Leeds players are told to retreat just a little, which is unusual given that they should be standing on a white line. McClean's ball in deep, too deep, is it? Going to carry out on this near side, at least towards the touchline, but then there's a good turn by Collins, and Forshaw has to come in to help Leeds out. Harrison skips away from the challenge of Cousins, still going and still in space, keeps the ball in play, does really well, and then is caught with a challenge from Duffy, which is a fair challenge according to the referee, and then the ball goes in Stoke's favour as a throw-in, presumably. Not quite sure how that works. Referee says that the ball clipped off the heel of Harrison as Duffy slid in and knocked the ball into touch. So Stoke City get the throw in on the halfway line. Gregory tussling with Berardi. He gets to the ball first. Now Duffy on the near side touchline. Duffy looking for support. Has to go back to Etebo. Etebo all the way back to Federici under pressure from Klich. All options had been closed down by the goalkeeper, and that back pass was played from the halfway line. Ball out with McClean on the left-hand side, again on the halfway line, but now starts to try and make progress forward. Battling away is Forshaw on the far side, still Stoke possession though. Another challenge comes in. Again, it's McClean on the ball for Stoke, left-hand side. Little 1-2 play. McClean down by the corner flag, swings a deep cross in again. Comes out all the way over to this near side touchline, where Edwards, the right full back, juggles the ball, goes back towards the halfway line, and then Bamford. Collins is almost caught in possession in a dangerous position by Bamford. He gets lucky there, the young captain, and Federici under pressure from Bamford almost slices his forward ball, just stays in play, and Gregory has it for Stoke, and it's Cousins, and it's over the top from this near side for Edwards to chase. Ben White comes across, cool as you like, and with the help of Alioski and a touch off a Stoke player, Leeds get the ball back and may even get a free kick here for a very solid challenge indeed. Shoulder charge on Ben White. Well, nothing given there, shoulder to shoulder, but he bounced off him, did Ben White, and Leeds have to settle for a throw in.
Just having a little 2-minute little spell out there where they're getting the crowd involved. They're just trying to turn balls down by the side of us, trying to win second balls, forcing into mistake, but so far so good. Between Berardi, Ben White, we're seeing the runs early, and having that composure to then play out instead of just hoofing the ball out for a throw in, and that's where Stoke want. They're just trying to play a bit of territory, playing our final third.
Ball's up on the right hand side in the Stoke half, and it's Klich and Hernandez who link up well, and Klich has the chance maybe to cross, can't get past the first player, the defender Carter-Vickers, and it goes back towards the edge of the penalty area. Maybe can Leeds start again as the ball is nodded forward. Well, no, it goes out over the far side touchline, and it will be a Stoke City throw-in. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Stoke throw-in will be taken by McClean, who's gone a long way back to take it for them. Level with the edge, pretty much of his own penalty area. In fact, he's in close to the corner flag than that. So Stoke at the moment have only Duffy up close to the halfway line. All their other players are quite deep in their own half. Duffy under pressure from Phillips, loses out to Phillips, and now Hernandez, but then Hernandez loses out to Cousins, and Cousins continues his forward run. Berardi's got to make the challenge, and Berardi does make the challenge. Right in the nick of time, he stepped across what looked like a threatening run from midfield and timed his challenge well, and the ball ends up back with Casilla, and now with Adam Forshaw midway inside the Leeds half. Over the top, Harrison, can he keep the ball in play? I think he's going to carry away from Jack Harrison. It does, it just skips away. He was in space there, but the ball was hit a little too hard.
Yeah, it was on as well, because Edwards, the right wing back, kind of left him to Collins. Collins didn't want anything to do with him, and they were kind of not in a really good defensive line with Stoke. Just a better pass, or just one that wasn't skidding on too much, just needed like a little sandwich just to get underneath it, put a bit of backspin on, and he'd be in there, Harrison.
Federici takes the goal kick, right-footed from the left side of the 6-yard box, over the head of Dallas, over the head of McClean, out for a Leeds United throw. Stuart Dallas takes the opportunity to have a guzzle on some water on a bottle that's been left by the far side touchline. Surprised we haven't had a drinks break yet, because it's very, very warm indeed. Hernandez back to Dallas. Dallas slips and loses possession as a result. Etebo for Stoke City now strides forward into the Leeds half, still going. Great challenge
Ben
from
White.
slid right across him, timed to perfection the challenge, and then steps up with the ball at his feet. Now Alioski. Alioski has runners, but he can't quite find Klich. Coming into the challenge, Hernandez loses out in the midfield to Duffy. Duffy dropping a little deeper into the centre circle. And then far side, McClean, and infield to Etebo. So Stoke managing to break up Leeds' possession just at the moment, and trying to establish some sort of platform for themselves on that basis as well. McClean goes outside of Dallas, comes inside of Dallas, and Dallas, cool as you like, keeps an eye on it, and then just puts a foot in at exactly the right moment. And McClean's extravagant swivels to left and right come to nothing. Leeds end up with the ball again. Alioski near side, infield to Berardi, and Berardi square ball to Ben White, and Ben White goes further wide to Stuart Dallas in the right back position. Back in field to Ben White, and then swung right-footed, looking for a ball over the top. It's nodded towards its near side, but it'll drop kindly for Alioski. Alioski sits the ball up into the penalty area, maybe looking for the run of Bamford. Bamford just made contact, did he, with it? Oh no, it's a Stoke clash of heads, is it, in there? And one of the two players involved in that, shadowed from us at the moment, Carter-Vickers, looked like he might have hurt himself there, but he's back up off his haunches, standing up straight now, and seems to be okay to continue.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 times when we tried those kind of diagonal passes over the outside centre half of the free, just to try and put it over his head. The wing back or with Carter-Vickers at the side of him. Don't seem to be too much communication, but it's only 2 or 3 times that has happened. I think the ball is on when it's kind of set up, instead of having Bamford isolated on his own. The pass will be on when you get people in and around him. When you think back to the Hernandez chance where he had it saved and the Klich rebound that got deflected, that's when we had bodies in and around together, not 20-30 yards apart, so when they're all 5-10 yards away from each other.
Ball up into the Leeds half. It's come off the head of Berardi and out on the near side for a Stoke City throw-in an advanced position in the Leeds United half of play. Edwards, the full-back, takes it and gets it back off Duffy, and then Berardi again loops the ball towards the near side touchline. That's a push, is it, from Edwards? No, it's a fair challenge, and it's a Stoke throw-in as it goes from Berardi into touch. Edwards up by the corner flag on this near side, gets it crossing, great cross as well, and it needed a fine defensive header from Ben White on the edge of the 6-yard box, because McClean was arriving and would have made contact, and had he made contact with that, it was a great chance for Stoke. So Ben White does his work well there.
He's got to stop that cross coming in. Sometimes you think as a full-back or as a wide man coming back to defend, there's not much room. You just think, go on then, try and just put a cross in. Keeper might claim it or he'll fly out on the back stick, but great delivery. And Ben White, right place, right time. Important little flick just to get away from McClean coming in from the left-hand side.
Hernandez on the left side for Leeds now, looking for the option. Dallas provides it, does he? Well, just overhit from Hernandez, slightly too far ahead of Stuart Dallas, and after stretch he couldn't control, and the pace of the ball took it off his foot and out for a throw-in. Slightly disappointing because there was space for Dallas there to work in. To no avail on this occasion. McClean with a throw-in down the far side, almost down the touchline. And White steps in and comes through a couple of challenges, and eventually is upended by the third challenge. Leeds have a throw-in almost on the halfway line. Ben White showing good skills on the ball there. And now Forshaw attempting to do the same thing through the midfield for Leeds. He got a clip on the ankle as he was making progress forward there. Klich has possession for Leeds. Now Hernandez under pressure from Collins. Goes back into his own half, all the way back to Casilla outside the D, and then from Casilla to Ben White. Leeds have kept players forward. Forshaw in midfield, into the centre circle. Switches play to this left-hand side, and then Hernandez misplaces the ball, and it's well read by Collins. Phillips tries to put pressure on the Stoke player in possession in his own half, goes all the way back to Federici, and Harrison chases game lead, but Federici had all the time in the world to clear that one forward. Phillips with a challenge on Duffy, and then another challenge comes in from Forshaw and Berardi, snapping into the tackles, but Stoke still have the ball on this near side with Edwards going back towards his own goal, and indeed all the way back towards his own goalkeeper. And Federici under pressure from Bamford, clears up into the Leeds half, given away by Phillips, won back by Hernandez, and then Hernandez tries a shot. It was a shot from just about the halfway line, because Federici was off his line, but he was never ever going to go anywhere near the goal. He got it completely wrong in terms of the angles, the pace, the lot, and that was, we'd have said, it was a waste of possession, wasn't it?
To be honest, I thought the probably attempt on the shot kind of sums up the first half in total, because I think we're working hard to win the ball back. There's plenty of effort there, but then just the quality when we need it, and especially the last few minutes or so when it's become a really scrappy game from both teams. Win the possession back, just put your foot on the ball, because too many mistakes just creeping into this game and we can't get any rhythm at all.
Another good sign of it there, or example of it there as well, with the ball forward. It was too far ahead of Alioski, making a run down the left side touchline as Leeds kicked from right to left, and it bounced away, well away from Alioski and into touch on this near side for a Stoke throw-in. Long throw down the line. Phillips lets it go over his head because White is waiting behind, and he loops the ball forward. Bamford, was he fouled? Nothing given. Harrison from Hernandez, left-hand side of the penalty area. Better opportunity for Leeds. Harrison towards the edge of the box and Klich, trying to work space for a shot maybe. Goes wide square to Dallas. He can have a shot instead. Long drive! Not too far away from Stuart Dallas. Good period and passage of play for Leeds. Ends in a near thing.
Miles better. Just shows you when we have that bit of composure in possession, find the right pass. And that's probably the first time where Harrison's been isolated. Got him isolated against Nathan Collins, the captain. Ran into the box. Little intelligent cut back to Klich. Worked out to Dallas. Struck it well. Just unfortunate right side of the post, but that's better when you show that bit of composure.
Federici's goal kick onto the head of Lee Gregory, but his angles are wrong, and then he fouls Alioski. So not a notable period of a few seconds play from Lee Gregory, and in his frustration, as the free kick is awarded, he kicks the ball into touch. And the referee just has a little word, and play continues with Leeds on the ball with Hernandez on the edge of the centre circle. Plays the ball out wide to this left side and Alioski. Alioski has Harrison further wide. Alioski plays the cross in himself. Carter-Vickers at a stretch. Not entirely sure he knew where that was meant to go, Carter-Vickers, but he got enough of a touch on it to carry it out of the box towards McClean. And then Klich wins the ball back from Etebo. And now Bamford on the edge of the area curls a shot in, and not too far away from Patrick Bamford. Another moment when you'd say better from Leeds United to win the ball back in really good style on the edge of the area. And then Bamford actually curled that shot well, and Federici had left it, obviously happy it wasn't going to go in, but it wasn't that far away.
I suspect he thought halfway through the shot, he thought, uh-oh, could be creeping back into my far post, could this? But Matthias Klich, he's done that all season so far, putting that pressure on in the midfield areas, having the turnovers high up the pitch. And to be fair to Bamford, had the right thing to do there, have a little attempt. Unfortunately, just didn't get enough bend on it.
Etebo and then Edwards in possession for Stoke on this near side in the Leeds half. The ball comes off Alioski and it will be a Stoke City throw in. We're 33, nearly 34 minutes into the first period, and it's still Stoke 0, Leeds United 0. Phillips wins the ball for Leeds, does well there. Hernandez in his own half to Forshaw, back to Hernandez, back to Forshaw. Short passing game from Leeds, and then goes to the edge of the area, and White, who might need a bit of support because he's under pressure from Gregory. Gregory slips, and that just gives Ben White the opportunity to turn back to Kiko Casilla, and Casilla with the ball at his feet plays the ball square to this near side of the penalty area, and from Berardi it goes to Alioski, and infield to Forshaw, and Forshaw back to Berardi, infield to Phillips, who has Gregory on his back, gets the call, so comes back to Berardi again, Forshaw to Phillips, and now Ben White.
Good play is that.
And this is moving Stoke around a little bit on this hot day. If they want the ball, they've got to go and chase it. Forshaw, back from the centre circle to Berardi, back to Forshaw again, and then back short to Berardi, and then out to this near side and Alioski. Alioski with a chance to stretch his legs maybe, goes infield to Klich, Klich lets it run. Bamford was coming in behind him, and I think that'll be a foul against Patrick Bamford. Just a little pull back on the marking central defender, and the free kick is awarded to Stoke City inside the penalty area, just inside the penalty area.
It was better though, just keeping the ball for a bit of sustain. Must be over 20 passes we've put together there, and I think we can do that more in the game. You don't have to every time you get the ball try and score in every possession you've got. Sometimes you've got to work the opposition, because I think we've got us joy when we have settled it down, got the ball out wide and tried to make an overload with us wingers and fullbacks joining in at the same time, instead of just trying to go for the jugular straight away when probably Bamford's not got bodies around him at the time and the pass is too difficult trying to get to his feet.
Klich on the halfway line, plays the ball to Stuart Dallas, and Dallas skims a pass out to this near side, and Alioski and Forshaw lets it run well, and Bamford tried the return pass. You just wonder whether Patrick Bamford might have had a crack himself there, round about the penalty spot. Ball came into him. Forshaw had continued the forward run, and Bamford's pass was overhit, and it carried on too far ahead of the Leeds midfielder.
That's the little combination play we've just been talking about there, Bryn. Great intelligence by Forshaw, knew exactly where Bamford was. Hindsight, he probably could have took a touch himself, Bamford, and maybe tried to look to get an effort away himself, but he just thought he tried to play Forshaw in. But them type of passes, you've got to be so inch perfect in and around the box. Unfortunately, just a bit too heavy.
Goal kick onto this near side is won in the air by Alioski, but he can't keep the ball in play. Stoke have the throw in on the halfway line. Stoke City currently bottom of the championship table. Leeds at start of play top. Klich on the edge of his own penalty area. It's almost under hit, and he gave Etebo just a glimpse of something there. Leeds might get away with that one because Ben White needs the ball knocked into him with just a little bit more power than he got there. Etebo saw it, stepped in, and the ball looped off White onto Etebo, and Leeds were lucky that the ball then carried further on behind for a goal kick.
But it was awful for a defender when you think the ball's coming to you probably a little bit quicker, but then you realise last second, I've got to put my foot through this, and the ball can end up anywhere then, but thankfully ran out for a goal kick.
Berardi under pressure from Gregory, goes wide to Alioski near side, and from Alioski back towards the edge of the penalty area, and Berardi, in fact Berardi is waved away by Casilla, and Casilla plays it wide right to Adam Forshaw, and Forshaw looks forward, and then looks back, and then looks forward, and then looks back again, and now the pass is to Ben White in a defensive position. Stoke just sitting off the players in possession at the moment, just giving Leeds, or maybe offering Leeds the opportunity to exploit the fact that they're finding it difficult to keep up and maintain this level of chasing down all the time to try and get the possession back.
Honestly, I'd hate to play against us at the moment because you must be so tired even in the first half, and like saying the times in the game where the opposition do have to sit back because you can't sustain the high press. It's so hard because the movement's constant from us, and it's just not the same people moving in the same directions. There's loads of different subtle movements off the ball, and that's when we start coming to our own, when the game does start to kind of open up, the opposition get a little bit tired. We're relentless in the way we play, but to do that we've just got to move that ball a touch sharper. See Adam Forshaw there moving it quicker.
And he plays the ball out, well, beyond Alioski on this near side. Tried to switch the play from a central midfield position out to the left touch line, but he'd overhit the ball and it went out for a throw in. But there is a chance for Leeds to keep Stoke penned in somewhat towards their own corner flag, at least away on our left hand side. Edwards with the throw down the touch line. He's got good distance on that throw and gets it over the halfway line to Gregory. Gregory back onto the halfway line with the marking player Berardi on his back, tries to turn past Berardi. Berardi does his job well, and Gregory knocks the ball into touch. Forshaw's pass is under hit to Berardi. He may have to come in and help out. Gregory comes away with the ball. Now Duffy. And now Gregory again on this near side touchline, midway inside the Leeds half. Duffy stumbles and the challenge to Alioski, and a free kick is awarded. And I'm not sure about that one. Duffy felt the nudge in the back probably, but the fall was pretty slow, it was pretty delayed. He did the trick though, because Stoke City have a free kick. In fact, he finished it with a crawl on all fours, Mark.
It's a bit like if me and you got fouled, go down in stages, bring into that one.
Well, he has got what he wanted. Hernandez is a one-man wall in front of him. And Duffy has the chance to deliver a ball into the penalty area as we head into the final 5 minutes of the first period. Right foot free kick. It's played short, too short. Hernandez gets the ball from the defensive clearance. Etebo can't stop the ball getting to Klich. Klich has space and he plays the ball onto Harrison, just the man you want to see going forward.
That's a foul.
Edwards comes across him. And Parker suggests it's a foul. And the entire Leeds United end also says the same thing. The only person not in agreement, it would appear, well, of course there are a few Stoke fans, and also, most importantly, Darren England, the referee, who sees that as a good clearing, covering challenge from Edwards, the right full-back, who had to make his way across the left-hand side because Harrison had the scent of something in his nostrils there as he charged forward. Gregory on the chest in the Leeds half, gives the ball away to Klich. Klich over his own shoulder. Bamford underneath it, bounces past both Bamford and Carter-Vickers, and then Forshaw comes to win the ball back. Now Alioski with a header over the head of Pablo Hernandez, and Collins tidies up with the ball back to Federici, who flicks it up and then volleys forward. Alioski underneath it. Forshaw steps in really well. Leeds have the ball in midfield. Forshaw through, it goes to Harrison, and then played a great ball into Dallas. Dallas in space. Stuart Dallas scores for Leeds United. What a move that is! Fantastic ball to pick out the run of Dallas, and suddenly he was clear through. And huge celebrations to our right-hand side in the sunshine. Leeds take the lead. Stoke 0, Leeds 1.
Something out of nothing as well, Bryn. Adam Forshaw won the seconds, and they just played a little ball into Bamford. He's laid it off to Pablo, and he's just spotted the run of Stuart Dallas from the right back position. And Stoke, they're just ball watching, they're not communicating, but what a way to pass, by the way. What energy from Dallas. And then the question is asked from him, have you got the composure, Stuart Dallas? Certainly has. Rolled it into the bottom corner. 1-0 Leeds, come on.
Well, they carved Stoke City open completely there. And Stuart Dallas deserves credit for the fantastic run. But the ball in to pick out that run was equally good. Leeds going into half-time have a crucial advantage. Stoke 0, Leeds 1.
What a bit of quality, by the way. Big again, that man Adam Forshaw winning the second balls. They're so vital, the second balls in the Championship. You've got to win them, win your battles. He's there, look, tracking back, watching the ball go out of play. But soon as Bamford's laid that pass off straight away, Pablo's just thought, I'm just going to roll into that space. He's seen the corner of his eye. Stuart Dallas making that kind of selfish kind of run, really. Just trying to gamble on anything. Stoke have switched off, but you have to say, great composed finish by Stuart Dallas. Like a seasoned striker in that position, slotted into the bottom corner. But it's the first time really for a good 20-25 minutes. We put that little bit of passage of play with real quality, and we just carved Stoke straight open then.
So Leeds have established the platform away from home. Here at the Bet365 Stadium. Already Stoke fans heading off for half-time refreshment. Maybe a bit of a sinking feeling as far as they're concerned, a familiar feeling as far as they're concerned. Won just 8 games here last season and 5 the season before that when they went down from the Premier League. So as we said at the outset, this is not really a happy hunting ground for the home team. And there's only one set of supporters singing now, and I don't need to tell you who that is. You can hear Berardi into the centre circle and Forshaw. And now Dallas. And Klich back to Dallas. Leeds, I'm sure, will be delighted just to play possession ball up until the half-time interval, which won't be too far away now. We're inside the 45th minute. I don't think there'll be a lot to be added on. Good work on the far side of the penalty area. And the pass was on to Klich from Harrison, who pats himself on the head in frustration because he got it slightly wrong there, just rolled it a little too hard and the ball went beyond Klich and out for a goal kick.
I'd love to have that back with Jack Harrison, because I'm sure if he could relive that again, he'd go for goal. He's cutting onto his stronger left foot, approaching edge of the box, just thinking, go on, you've earned the right, put your foot through it. Just tried to be a bit too clever for the Stoke defence, but playing with real bit of swagger about us now, which I expect being top of the table.
Hernandez.
Put him in.
Over the top.
Referee!
This is pulled back there, and that should be a free kick and probably a yellow card, because the chip ball over the top from Hernandez again was a great inviting pass for Harrison, who'd spun away from the marker and was in with a clear run potentially, and he's not been bought. That's incredible.
Just got a laugh, Bryn.
That is incredible. Lindsay it is who made the challenge, who dragged Harrison back, and nothing is given. Well, a free kick is given. No
referees, honestly.
Oh well, Hernandez in field to Klich on the edge of the area. Well, Federici, one for the photographers, I think. He dived to his right-hand side, clutched onto the ball, but it was never really going to trouble him too much, that one. But it's good signs as Leeds head into added time at the end of the first half. They're putting pressure on. And of course, they have the all-important opening goal. Marcelo Bielsa's name is ringing out from the away end. Edwards in the Stoke half. Bamford puts a foot in. Stoke under pressure every time they have possession now. And Leeds do brilliantly well. And a quick throw taken by Alioski, but Bamford, as he made his forward run, finds that we don't have too much added time, just a minute of it, and that's up. And Leeds United go into the break very, very happy indeed. They walk towards their away supporters in the tunnel with a 1-goal advantage, which I think just about on balance deserved. Kicking from left to right towards the Leeds United travelling support. Don't have to tell you that the away end is completely full as ever. Tickets are such a rare commodity for Leeds United away games these days. In fact, we're lucky, Ben and I, that we actually managed to get in, to be honest. There's a queue. Ben White in possession for Leeds. On the near side it comes to Dallas. Dallas gets the ball back from Forshaw, and he will push on forward for Leeds United. Options are opening available on the left-hand side. Well, he tried the shot. There was a pass on the left-hand side potentially to Alioski, but it does come back out for Klich, and Klich with a square ball to Hernandez, and then a run into the box from Dallas. He just can't control. The first touch is a little heavy. The pass was probably, in fairness, a little too far ahead of him, and it goes behind for a goal kick, and Alioski will be jogging back towards the halfway line, reflecting on the fact that he was in space there, and maybe the option really was to play him in.
What a start that would have been, by the way, to the second half. Inside the first minute, that man again, Stuart Dallas, driving at the heart of Stoke's defence. Everything just seemed to open up. I think initially they were trying to find a little runner in behind. Saw Bamford alter his run 2 or 3 times, but they kept on backing off. It just kind of forced them into the option of having a shot and managed to get the blocking. But fantastic start, especially by Dallas.
Stoke City have a throw-in on the far side. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. Klich and then Klich back to Berardi, and Berardi with a straight up in the air clearance, and there's a foul by Bamford on the player who's right in his back, Lindsay, and it will be a Stoke free kick. Well, it should be midway inside their own half, but actually it's taken too far forward, as the referee is about to point out, and a few more seconds tick away, and nobody's too disappointed about that at this stage of this game as we move into the 48th minute. The scoreboard far side of the ground leads Stoke 0, Leeds 1.
Just looking at Duffy's position, he kind of set up on the left hand side where he is now. Don't know if he's playing kind of the second striker closer to Gregory or starting on the left hand side, but he's trying to move Phillips.
Chance for Clucas perhaps. Now Etebo on the edge of the area, shot takes a deflection and skims away from Gregory. Stoke City have a corner kick, and that's probably their most dynamic attacking move of the game. And it was Etebo with a shot from just outside the penalty area. Almost gave Leeds some concern there. Deflected behind for the corner kick, so obviously more defending that Leeds United have to do here. Into the box it goes, it's beyond Casilla, it's deep, and then Casilla has to punch the ball almost off the goal line as their looping header came in. There wasn't much power in it, and the keeper followed it all the way, but he was punching through a crowd of players on the edge of the area. Now Alioski can't get the ball away. Stoke maintain the possession. It's out to Clucas on this near side 6-yard box, and this time Clucas's ball is inviting to the edge of the 6-yard area, but Lee Gregory was too slow to arrive, and Kiko Casilla had seen it, and he got down and he gathered the ball instead.
The punch away, sorry. Really good goalkeeping, because bodies were flying in front of him. All he would need a little touch just before he got there, and he'd been in big trouble, but great goalkeeping. I think he's had an excellent start to the season as Kiko.
Leeds lose possession in the Stoke half. Don't really want to give Stoke too much encouragement in this game, as the ball goes back to Federici, who makes something of a hash of the clearance, but Stoke managed to win a header in the centre circle, and then Ben White, again, excellent in possession. So stops, turns, and plays a pass to keep the possession with Leeds United. He has the ball back again now. Phillips on the near side to Dallas. Dallas infield to Forshaw. Forshaw looks for forward runners. Dallas is given one option in that basis. Hernandez now. Bamford pushed to the ground. Patrick Bamford wins a free kick. It's been difficult for Bamford, 1 against 3, but he's put a shift in there, and winning free kicks like that could bring its benefit at any point. Attendance today 24,090. 2,913 of those fans have come to follow Leeds United.
Fantastic support again.
And that's just the ones in the away seats. Forshaw on the charge for Leeds, out to the near side, manages to get the ball to Dallas. Dallas cuts it back to Hernandez. Hernandez to Klich, back to Hernandez. Good play. Bamford inside the area. Bamford on the right foot. Oh, what a ball! And what a finish by Alioski! Terrific team goal from Leeds United. And again, they've torn Stoke apart. And the ball is rolled onto a plate for Alioski to tap in from close range. Stoke 0, Leeds 2.
Just speaking about there, Bamford up against the 3 centre halves, but I think he's done excellent so far this afternoon. Occupies everybody. His work rate is second to none. But what does he also have? Has that little bit of quality, has that little bit of nous, just to put a ball in that corridor of uncertainty. Who's tapping to the far post? Our full back, our left back, Alioski. Start of the second half, he had that bombing run. Maybe could have got played in, but didn't. Did that stop him? Not one little bit. He's there to tap the ball in. 2-0. 50 minutes played. Great start from Leeds in the second half.
And credit Patrick Bamford, because once again, like the Hernandez ball in the first half, it was a ball played into an area, but with great intelligence. Because he knew that if he played the ball into that area, the likelihood was that someone would arrive there. That's exactly what happened.
And also with Alioski left full-back, obviously getting the goal, Dallas is the opposite full-back. He was heavily involved as well. It just shows the licence our players have got and the quality. And just like I said in the first half, playing like swagger.
McClean, left-hand side for Stoke. Good blocking clearance by Stuart Dallas. Listen to that. voices are being raised now in celebration. Leeds United 2 goals in front here at the Bet 365 Stadium. McClean for Stoke, drops the ball in, close, bounces just in front of Casilla, slightly awkward for the Leeds keeper, but he drops to his knees and at the second time of asking, clutches the ball safely to his body.
You have to say from Stoke's point of view, McClean has probably been their biggest threat going forward, and they've changed to a back 4 by looks of things at the moment. Might be back 5 with Edwards just dropping back to that right wing position, but just shows the work Stuart Dallas has done, because yeah, McClean, it looked half dangerous, but Dallas has popped up with a goal, bombing forward again.
Leeds come again with Bamford. Leeds fans a little harsh in terms of Nathan Jones' job security. Etebo has a bit of space to run into for the home team now, and he plays the ball for the on-rushing Edwards, right-hand side, but Berardi's quicker than Edwards, and Berardi is happy to just step in 1 pace ahead of Edwards and knock the ball into touch far side, midway inside the Leeds half. Edwards it is who takes the throw in for them to Etebo, and then it's a misplaced pass from Etebo. That's exactly what Leeds want to see at this stage. Stoke players getting the pass wrong, inviting criticism from the home supporters who are unhappy enough as it is.
Yeah, you can see players throwing hands in the air, Stoke fans hands on their heads. This is the time where you go for the pill, you go for the jugular. And this is what top teams do. You put games to bed. You don't sit back on your laurels 2-0. You go hunt to get the 3rd, the 4th, and make a real statement. And that's what we can do today, send a real message out to the league, because 2-0 up at a stadium like this, yeah, there might be a bottom of the table coming into the game, but it's still a notorious tricky stadium to come to. And it's almost been another perfect away performance by hardly giving any chances away and been so clinical going forward.
When you look at the bench that Stoke have, Butland, the England international goalkeeper, Joe Allen cost them 15 million quid, Danny Bart played at the highest level for Wolves, Tom Ince, ditto Huddersfield, Tommy Smith, Huddersfield, Scott Hogan, big money moves last season. There's a lot to bring on for sure, but the fact they're not in the team tells you its own story perhaps about Stoke. Here's Harrison, edge of the penalty area, running parallel with the box! Oh, he curled a great shot in there, Harrison, and I think Federici was beaten because he looked to his right-hand side nervously and saw the ball just travel outside of the post rather than just inside of it. Left foot, curling shot, oh, it wasn't far away at all.
Just coming back in as well, wasn't it? You're right, Bryn. Federici, I think he just gave that one up, hoping it was sailing wide. I was about to scream just moments before Harrison had that shot. I thought he could have hit it a little bit sooner, but what am I to know? Nearly whipped one in the top bin.
Ball out left-hand side. Gregory on the charge. Edwards helping him out. Foul against Edwards. Looks a little bit frustrated as he kicks the ball away, not once but twice there. And then remonstrates with the ref's assistant, and in the midst of it all, Berardi, coolly and calmly, we've always said that about Berardi, picks himself up and walks away, knowing that that's all he needs to do at this stage. Stay calm, nothing more required now than maintaining business as usual.
Well, the 55 minutes gone, I think Berardi hasn't put a foot wrong so far. His positioning play has been second to none. And that's why all the players and the manager, more importantly, have so much trust in him.
Challenge by Alioski is a foul on Etebo. He's disappointed at the ref's decision taken quickly to Gregory on the edge of the area. Gregory holds the ball up, probably needs support on the far side. Good block comes in from Berardi again. Can Leeds break as a result? Ball's over the top, and on the chase is Harrison, and Federici's come miles out his penalty area there, and Harrison couldn't quite get to the ball before the goalkeeper, but Leeds come again with Dallas right side. It's so open now. Harrison will chase into the sunshine far side, but the ball will bounce way beyond him and go out for a throw into Stoke out by the far corner flag.
So lucky. When they just get that little touch, the ball could go anywhere. You see Federici's position so far out of his goal. I don't know what he was doing so far out. You could see that touch just go over his head, go anywhere. But like I said, got so lucky, got away with a massive one there. The ball could just fall to Bamford, open goal, 3-0.
Ultimately, the goalkeeper vindicated in his decision making. We have the ball out on the far side, just inside the Stoke half. It'll be a Stoke throw in. Stoke City 0, Leeds United 2. Goals either side of half-time for the two nominal fullbacks, Dallas and Alioski. It's just a name, isn't it? Klich for Leeds. And it comes out to the near side and Dallas. Dallas infield to Forshaw. Slightly under hit, so Dallas struggles to maintain possession. He's given away to Duffy. That was unnecessary. Now Etebo on the edge of the penalty area will try a shot. It's blocked by Berardi, and then from Dallas a header goes out to Hernandez, and now Klich can Leeds build. A misplaced pass from Klich. It's too far ahead of Hernandez, and Etebo picks up again for Stoke. And this time Edwards has a bit of space to run into down the channel, right hand side. Goes further wide to Duffy. Duffy skips through two challenges but not the third, and Leeds come away with the ball in the shape of Bamford, who's happy just to slow things down and knock a short pass into Forshaw. Now Hernandez, now Klich. There's space if Leeds can get forward, because Stoke are having to push players up now. There's a game to be chased very much by them here. Hernandez to Bamford, back to goal. Foot in on Bamford from Lindsay, gives Stoke the ball back. Duffy under pressure from Phillips, and now further pressure applied by Bamford.
Keep going,
attacking sense. Harrison nearly gets in as well. Stoke players under real pressure, and again Harrison, and the ball has to go back to Federici. And home supporters, you'll hear their reaction to that, but there's nowhere else for them to go because Leeds players are blocking off every other option, and it all ends up with Berardi in possession for Leeds, back on the edge of his own penalty area now. Casilla. Calvin Phillips to Forshaw under pressure, back to Casilla. Short passes on potentially to Berardi, gives it to Berardi, and Berardi further wide to White. Leeds just almost overplaying there, but White has done fantastically well. Steps over the ball, throws off the marking player, and then wins the ball back to something going for Leeds. Now Forshaw, now Phillips has space to run into, so much space to run into, crosses the halfway line. Support from Alioski, scorer of the second goal. Infield to Hernandez, back it goes again to Calvin Phillips, and this is nice from Leeds. Just keep possession. Short passing, start to build the triangles again, and make Stoke do all the running. Alioski, back it goes to Hernandez. You'll hear the Leeds fans olaying every pass. Calvin Phillips plays the ball from the left side to the right side, and it's perfect for Dallas. And Dallas has a bit of space to work in now. Comes in field to Forshaw. Forshaw has options, gives it to Klich. Klich through the middle, tries the shots. Again, it's the same post. It sails just wide. And once more, Federici has a relieved look over his right shoulder as the ball carries behind for the goal kick.
It's lived a charmed life, that far post to his right hand side. Federici, third time it sailed past. As Mark Duffy comes off, replaced by Scott Hogan, so plus two out-and-out strikers up top. Obviously, Jones has got nothing to lose, just trying to get anything out of the game.
We're up to the hour mark here at the Bet365 Stadium. Stoke City 0, Leeds United 2. Away fans in fine voice here as Leeds seek to at least hold what they have, if not build on it. Stoke, though, need a foothold in this game. Can they establish it now? They have the ball through Hogan on the edge of the penalty area. Now McClean trying to turn away from Forshaw's challenge. McClean gets the cross in towards the near post, where it's defended really well by Dallas to Forshaw. Now Hernandez will complete the clearance up and over the halfway line. Bamford knocked off it. Oh, and there's space for Harrison. Harrison, it's 2v1. The run through the middle of Klich. Oh, and it just held up. And he gave the defender the chance to step in. Still Harrison coming, still on the edge of the penalty area. Tries again to play the ball to Klich. And Leeds have wasted a really, really good opportunity there. Harrison needed to play Klich in. He was clear through, right through the middle. He didn't get the ball away, and ultimately gave Stoke a chance to stop the chance.
If we're clinical here, Bryn, there's more goals in it for us. Just don't be sloppy in your decision making, your final pass, because Patrick Bamford just bullied two defenders out of the way, made them clash into each other. And you're right, just get your head up, Harrison, because Klich's made that third man run, oceans of space, just had to roll him in. But more goals in it for us, just to keep doing the right things in the right areas.
Hernandez trying to do that, plays the ball to Klich. Now Harrison right hand side, he holds the ball up back into the edge of the area, and Klich Klich chips it up over the head of Bamford and just bounces beyond Alioski again.
Just put him off, didn't he?
And it was Bamford's jump, probably, as Ben suggests, that maybe saw Alioski take his eye momentarily off the ball. Leeds come again, though, as they win the ball back in their own half. Dallas from Ben White. Harrison just gives the calm motion, and White goes back to Casilla. Now Phillips just outside the box. In it goes to Forshaw. Forshaw wide to Berardi on the left. And then it comes back into Forshaw, edge of the centre circle. Dallas sets off on a charge. And may get the ball. Yes, he does get the ball. Nods it back into the path of Klich. Midway inside the Stoke half now. Klich moving towards the penalty area. Now Hernandez through the middle. Chance of a shot from Hernandez. It's that post again. It's unerring. There's somebody sitting behind Federici's goal there who's had 3 shots to catch now. Same row, same seat.
It's a good job as well, because sooner or later we're going to get one on target. We're going to get his angles correct, going for that kind of side. But the trust the players have in each other's ability is so good to see. They just play in tight little spots, just playing passes, even they've got men up the backsides, in and around our 18-yard box, just because they know the work they have done in the training throughout the whole week. It comes to fruition on games like this, because they work ever so hard on the passing. There's fine little margins what they work around in training. And you can see it come out so much on match day. And like I said, the trust that they have, they're playing like a top team, which we are at the moment.
I think Tom Ince may be about to be coming into the action for Stoke City. Seems to be the suggestion from down below us. Indeed, he's appeared from underneath the canopy of the dugout now, and is getting instructions from Nathan Jones. And Tom Ince will be joining the action, former Huddersfield, Hull man, amongst others. Family associations mean he may not necessarily get the best reception, at least from the Leeds United supporters. History thing. Ben White, header forward to Harrison. Back it goes to Dallas. Dallas under pressure does really well with the close control. McClean forced to foul him in the end. That was, what do you call that thing where you stand on the ball and spin around it?
A little Maradona.
All right, we'll call it a little Maradona. I've never been able to do one of those, never could. Unless it was accidental.
Well, you told me he scored last week.
I did score last weekend for the Wrexham Legends. Don't ask me what I was doing playing for the Wrexham Legends. I did notch. It was a volley into the top corner from 3 yards out, Bamford style.
They all count.
I was delighted. It's only the second goal I've scored since I was 11. Klich on the edge of the penalty area, scored considerably more. Now Harrison in the D for Leeds United, still trying to work the ball through a wall of Stoke City defenders. Ball out on the near side with Dallas. The pressure remains on that Stoke penalty area. Hernandez now Forshaw in space, lets the ball run across his body and takes it out wide to the left hand side where Alioski waits in support. Remember, Costa and Nketiah sitting on the bench potentially for Leeds, and I think we're going to see a change shortly, maybe just to add to the pressure as the run in comes from the far side. Alioski's found space in the penalty area, shot saved on the near post. Bamford! Surely that wins the game for Leeds United now. Patrick Bamford follows up with a crisp drive into the far corner of the net, and it all looks so good in the sunshine at Stoke. Stoke 0, Leeds United 3.
Can't tell you how good that finish is by Patrick Bamford. The technique, even just to keep the ball down, is so good. But to get the power, the accuracy into the bottom corner, fully deserves it, Patrick Bamford. He's got his assist, he's worked tirelessly against the 3 centre-halves, and to cap it off with a goal, no more than he deserves. What an away performance, by the way.
And the goal is cue for Stoke City fans to decide that enough is enough, even with 25 minutes of the game to go. Many heading for the exits. I'll tell you where they're not heading for the exits.
Where's that, Bryn?
Over on our right-hand side, Ben, where people are enjoying themselves.
They're having fun in the sun, are the Leeds fans over there?
In the sun. Bank holiday weekend, good way to get it underway. Stoke City try and start again. Berardi chasing back for Leeds towards his own goal line. I think he'll let that one run. Indeed he does. Challenge in the back is from Hogan, but he knocks Berardi to the ground. No need for a free kick. Leeds have a goal kick anyway. Down below us on our monitor screen, we can see a pensive-looking Nathan Jones in discussion with the coaching staff, who look, well, they don't look at all happy, do they? Tough times here at Stoke. With good support, good tradition, but at the moment really floundering. Leeds United have taken full advantage in what has thus far been a pretty ruthless away performance.
I was going to say that word, Bryn, ruthless, and that's what we've got to be now between now and end of the game. Yeah, Stoke are in a bad situation. You see Jones on the touchline there. Yeah, the Leeds fans thinking what's going to happen to him tomorrow morning, but from our point of view, this is what you got to do as a top of the table team. Come here, put them to the sword. And like before the game, people were saying a potential banana skin, not with this side.
Harrison's on the charge for Leeds. He can't quite get to the ball before Adam Federici. Come a long way off his goal line towards the edge of the box to gather that. Federici, well, he wanted to start the play quickly with a roll out underarm, but again, Harrison had spotted and stepped in. It just wastes more time, it just kills more time. Prevents Stoke building momentum. They do have some possession in the Leeds half now, but Hogan, will he lose out to Bamford? Bamford steps across him, he does, and the play is allowed to continue. No free kick awarded. Bamford stumbled to the ground. I think both sides were in with a claim for a free kick there. The referee decided neither would get anything. Stoke play a long ball over the top from the back, but again, that's perfect. It sets Gregory off on a hopeless charge, and it sails into touch, and it just convinces one or two more home fans that enough's enough for this afternoon, and they rise and wearily start to walk towards the exits. And Forshaw, sorry, go on, Ben.
Just saying with Tom Ince, he's sat back down as well, so looks like they scrapped that substitution. It's almost like limited the damage to a certain extent.
Maybe don't get the big names involved in this. Let these lads who've been brought in, 6 changes, remember, for Stoke at the start of the afternoon. Let these lads who've been brought in see this one out, and then maybe another rethink ahead of the next game. McClean, one of those who survived the cull, throws the ball into Gregory, and it loops off the foot of Ben White, and out for a Stoke throw-in. Level with the edge of the Leeds box, it's just where the ball goes out of play. Again, slight deflection, Stoke throw-in. Clucas to McClean. Goes back towards Lindsay, the centre-half, and it's taken off him by Harrison. Chance of a break here for Leeds, quite clearly. Hernandez, first-time ball for Bamford. Can he get there before Federici? Not quite. Again, Federici 20 yards out of his penalty area to make the interception. And now at the other end, Casilla under pressure and does really, really well. Leeds playing on the edge and into their penalty area as a so-called defender. That doesn't half make me nervous, but they're very good at it, so I shouldn't be.
And that's the thing we'll talk about with the trust. They trust each other's ability. Tight areas. Usually you wouldn't coach your team to play like that. You'd be too scared. Go back to
get your foot under it would be a phrase that comes to mind.
Rose Ed type of stuff, but not these players. These players have got so much ability and trust in each other's game, even in the own game as well. You can see the confidence coming out.
Bamford chasing back for Leeds as Etebo comes for Stoke on the edge of the box, and Etebo wriggles his way through 2 challenges, and the ball is flicked away from the near post. It's actually a brilliant block by Calvin Phillips there, because Etebo suddenly found himself with space to look up and get the ball into the danger area, and Phillips stepped across and just deflected the cross behind, diverted the cross behind for a Stoke City corner kick. Danger averted, at least temporarily.
So vital, that interception. Hogan was in the back post waiting for the tap-in.
So 70 minutes on the clock. Stoke nil, Leeds 3. Corner kick, far side. Heads go up. It's in again. Phillips is the man who clears for Leeds, and then further out to the penalty area by Pablo Hernandez. But there's nobody in a Leeds shirt there, and so McClean can start to make moves towards the Leeds penalty area. Klich in front of him doesn't allow him to progress any further. Can Leeds break now with Harrison in possession, and then Hernandez? Oh wow, he swung through that one. It was like a bad golf shot, and the ball spun off the end of his foot, went completely a different direction. Stoke coming now with a cross into the box. Again, Phillips with a very important intervention. And Berardi, under pressure, edge of the area, does so well. And Leeds bring the ball away and up and over the halfway line with Alioski, left-hand side. There's so much space on the near side. And a brilliant ball inside the defender, almost a brilliant ball inside the defender for Harrison, who'd made the run. Harrison still battling away, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. If they'd have looked to the right-hand side, there's an absolute acre for the players on this side now, because Stoke just throwing men forward. Now Ince is about to come on, and Eddie is the chant from the Leeds fans. So, yes, I think we're going to see Eddie and Nketiah's appearance fairly shortly for Leeds United as well. Changes for both teams on the way. Bamford in the centre circle does well, at least initially, with Lindsay tight to him, but then Etebo brings the ball out for Stoke and is fouled by Forshaw. I think Forshaw will be happy enough to concede that one there. Just gives Leeds the chance to regroup as Stoke moving forward. And now the two changes will be made. Ince is going to come on and Joe Allen's going to come on. It's about 25 million quid's worth between those two players. And the player who's coming off is going to be Gregory. So Ince will presumably go and play up front. And Joe Allen absolutely nailed on to go into the centre of midfield. Well, Carter-Vickers comes off, so they're going to put an extra man in midfield, it would appear. And presumably go to 4 at the back now for the closing. What we got? 17 minutes of the game here. Plus a little bit to be added on. Not too much at the moment, because the game has progressed well in this second half. It's progressed very well. If you're one of those who's travelled to watch Leeds United this afternoon, many have, nearly 3,000. Edwards with a free kick for Stoke, over the head of everybody. Again, just what Leeds United want to see at this stage. An overhit free kick, and it goes behind for a goal kick, and keeper Casilla can have a nice stroll in the sunshine to go and retrieve the ball. Nobody needs to be in any great hurry to do anything at this stage. Change is made. Bamford's got his goal, and he's coming off to be replaced by Nketiah, who's quickly making himself a fan's favourite. 2 goals, 2 appearances certainly help with that. But Bamford gets warm applause as he leaves the pitch, and his name rings out from the away supporters. Puts another one on his total for the season. Nketiah arrives in the action to try and do exactly the same thing himself. As a Stoke defender, you're suddenly thinking to yourself, oh, come on, fellas, give us a break.
I was just about to say that, Bryn. They've had to deal with Patrick Bamford harassing him, making life difficult for him, and then bring him off. Who are you going to bring on? Eddie Nketiah, who's had a blistering start to his Leeds United career, and he must be sitting on the bench thinking, go on, Gaffer, please put me on. Really want a goal here.
And he sets off already. He's looking to make the run off the central defender. It's the captain who's picking him up, but it's the ball at the other end with Ince at the moment. Alioski does really well to force Tom Ince back towards the halfway line, and then Hernandez comes in with a challenge as well, and it goes all the way back into the Stoke half. Fair to Collins, he did well under a bit of pressure from Nketiah there, and Ince comes again, right-hand side. Edwards is just outside of him, so he plays the ball to the full-back, short, down by the corner flag. Well done, Alioski, slides in, knocks the ball into touch. Stoke have to start again. 75 minutes on the clock now. Stoke 0, Leeds United 3. Leeds United match day alive, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Throw in from the far side. It comes in to Hogan. Hogan holds the ball up, goes to the corner flag, and it takes a deflection behind. It's a Stoke City corner. So credit Stoke with having a go at this stage. A long way behind, but still trying to get themselves something from this game. Leeds organise in the penalty area. Stoke have thrown everybody bar McClean forward. Federici in the centre circle. Edwards drops it short, and it bobbles around in the box and is cleared away by Stuart Dallas. All the way out to McClean, who's almost on the halfway line now. He plays it left-footed, lofts the ball in the air. Great header from Berardi. All right to win that against a much taller player. Stoke do have it back. Right side, Edwards again. And then the challenge comes in. There's almost a chance for a Leeds break there. It's Joe Allen. Hair flopping over his shoulders. Familiar figure, certainly to me. Seen lots of him with Wales. who goes to chase and get the ball back and gives it now to Tom Ince. Tom Ince on the edge of the penalty area. Chance of a drive, but it's low and it's easy for Casilla. And you can hear the reaction of the home fans, and the reaction they give is because I think that's their first shot on target in the second half, isn't it?
Just shows you where Stoke are at the moment, when your own fans are sarcastically cheering you. But I also have to say, also shows that man who just played the ball into Pablo, Berardi. What a job he's done, by the way. Him and Ben White. Don't want to say too much about Ben White because he's been different class this season. The man coming into the team, Berardi, it's almost like he's played every minute so far this season. The professionalism is shown, and just his experience, right place, right time. His defending's been immaculate.
And that's exactly what Leeds require, isn't it? With a small squad, not blessed with numerous options in positions, the guy who comes in, if he does his job, he'll be okay.
And this is why Bielsa came out in the transfer window and said, we don't need many bodies. I trust the players what I had last year. They nearly got the job done. They should have got the job done last year for me. So do you know what? I'm going to trust them again because they've earned my trust, and I know they're going to put a performance and a shift in for me for every game.
Well, thus far they're not letting him down. They're doing a fantastic job. Ball is to be defended by Leeds at the moment. It comes out to McClean. McClean crosses in towards the penalty spot. Nketiah's back there for Leeds. It's back in the danger area for Leeds. Again, bodies around the ball do enough. Klich in possession, briefly at least. Shot comes in for Stoke from the edge of the penalty area. Again it's Ince, and again it's no power. And again it's easy for Casilla, who rolls the ball out to Alioski on the left-hand side. Remember, these two teams meet again in the Carabao Cup. Stoke will be relishing that prospect, I'm sure, at Ellen Road on Tuesday night. Well, I'm sure the two teams, well, I was going to say the two teams will probably have a very different look, but I don't know what Nathan Jones, if he's still in charge by then, will do with his team, because you'd almost say this was his Carabao Cup side to an extent, given the number of big hitters he's left on the bench. So does he bring them back for the Carabao Cup? Maybe he needs the win. Their only victory so far this season having come in that competition at Wigan, where of course Leeds were winning last Saturday. Phillips, Leeds playing the sort of game that's ideal for these conditions now. Short passes, always an option on for the man in possession, and Stoke really having to chase shadows. Another change going to be made by Leeds United. Again, good luck. Helder Costa's coming on now. Have a breather. Hernandez comes off. Set it all going with an absolutely brilliant pass to create the first goal in the first half. Like a magical football moment, that. Just the vision, the way he reads the game. Dallas's run was brilliant, and it was picked out to perfection, and that set Leeds up for the 3-0 scoreline that they have in their advantage in this late stage of the game. Here's Klich, now Nketiah, two defenders on his back, loses out to Lindsay, who carries the ball forward for Stoke. Joe Allen bursts forward on the right-hand side, plays the ball into space, but Ince is offside, and the linesman or ref's assistant, whichever one you want, on the far side raises the flag to stop the Stoke attacking move, and it's a free kick for Leeds, and we head into the final 10 minutes here. Is there a fire drill? The Leeds United fans somewhat cheekily ask.
I hope not, because I want to watch this last 10 minutes, because we've been an absolute joy to watch, Bryn. It's been an absolute pleasure coming here watching this today.
And to be fair, there are quite a few Stoke fans heading towards those exits, but that's been the case since the third goal went in. They've not had a good time of it here at home recently. McClean, Premier League player with vast international experience, not being able to do anything against Leeds this afternoon. Klich now, again, Ben White, so calm to win the ball back for Leeds. Now Costa has the chance of a little run maybe on this right-hand side. Just holds the ball up, Dallas arrives in support, now Costa gets it back again, Clucas in front of him, holds the ball up, goes back to Dallas, to Klich, now back to Dallas, just outside the area, square again to Forshaw. Forshaw has options wide right and wide left, and Alioski provides the option on the left, comes back to Forshaw, now back to Dallas again. Costa waits on the edge of the area. I think he may try a run this time. Leeds just pulling Stoke from left to right, making them work so hard just to try and get a sniff of possession. Costa, now they up the pace dramatically. Klich goes back to Costa, patient again, comes back to Costa, edge of the area, chance of a shot! Oh, what a goal that would have been! Great save, Federici, but that was magnificent football from Leeds United. Brilliant stuff.
One of the best things I've seen at a ground so far this season. All the Stoke fans just in front of us, to a man, to a woman, give a massive round of applause and appreciate that quality play, because you're right, just probing, keeping the ball, just waiting for that split second to inject that tempo into it. So unlucky with the finish, deserved a goal.
Well, this is good stuff from Leeds United. This is really good stuff. Corner kick comes in, headed away by Lindsay, comes out to Klich, he'll try a drive maybe, takes a deflection, hits the foot to the post and goes behind for a Leeds corner kick. Well, Leeds are in the mood here, aren't they? 8 minutes to go, and I think they sense there's more in it for them yet. Calvin Phillips, listen to the applause as Phillips retrieves the ball and goes to take the corner from this near side. You've got to be loving this if you're standing behind the goal watching this.
On the pitch you've got to be loving it as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Phillips corner kick. He goes deep to Alioski, and Alioski's 10 yards outside the box, back into the edge of the area. McClean is waiting there, but Phillips has taken it away from him. He's on the edge now. Oh, tries to tee it up for Dallas, just misplaced it slightly, and that'll be a free kick for a foul on Ince, but nobody's too unhappy about that because it's midway inside the Stoke half. Play stops again, and the scoreboard keeps on ticking. 83 minutes gone. Stoke 0, Leeds United 3. Federici to the edge of the penalty area. It's been a chastening experience, I would imagine, for Stoke's young captain, just 18 years old. Collins, the Irish youth international, he's starting to mix it with the big boys today. Bit of space for Ince to run into as Ince keeps going into the penalty area, and Stoke will earn a corner kick. No, they don't. It comes back off Ince, it would appear, with the final touch. And again, it's Ben White who, in the quietest way possible, just steps in to make an all-important challenge, as Ince had made progress into the Leeds penalty area there. And there'll be another change for Leeds United. Shackleton is coming on, and he's putting a terrific shift again for Leeds. Is the man who's coming off, and another huge ovation from the away end.
I think it's been excellent again, Bryn's Klich. Our midfield three, in my opinion, head and shoulders above anything I've seen at this stage of the season in terms of midfielders, just because they work so hard for each other. It's just not the runs they do for themselves, it's runs they do for the teammates. And it's just not even the midfielders, it's the full-backs trying to get in, the striker, Bamford, just little subtle things they do off the ball. Makes, when we are in possession, the massive difference. Just give you that extra couple of yards that you need. And these group of players, if they have that extra couple of yards, they'll hurt you. And that's what we've been doing. You see Forshaw there working so hard to win the ball back. And what we're 84th minute, ticking into the 85th. Superb.
An interesting comment I heard from Patrick Bamford after the game last week. We weren't aware we were a good side last season, we know we are now. Nketiah charging forward for Leeds, he's into the penalty area, still with the ball at his feet, he's on his left foot, he has options in the area, still going. Nketiah might just lose out ultimately to Collins, but as soon as Collins clears, Phillips steps into the space and retrieves possession for Leeds. Forshaw outside the area. Oh, Nketiah surely thrown down, he is right on the edge of the penalty area, and it's Collins who wrestles him to the ground, so obvious, right in front of the ref. And I think that's going to be, is it going to be a yellow card? No, it doesn't look like it is. We've had a yellow card this afternoon, haven't we? And in throwing the player off the ball, Nketiah, Collins, I think he's got cramp there, and is struggling back to his feet. It's been a tough old afternoon for all those Stoke players, but for the young guys, I would have thought, in particular, chastening lessons. Leeds free kick, this is a brilliant opportunity. Adam Forshaw standing over the ball for the free kick.
To be fair, he deserves a goal this season, the way he's performed, so he must have just think, right, bit of seniority out on the pitch, I'm taking this ball, step aside boys, this is how it's done.
Well, one would assume this is going to go up and over the wall. It's 2 yards outside of the penalty area. It's to the left of centre. And it's just about ideal territory for a shot on target. That's for absolutely certain. And Adam Forshaw over the wall. No, not quite. Into the wall as it turned out. But I think it'll go behind for a Leeds corner kick. Indeed it does. So, job pretty much done anyway, to be honest there. Another goal would have been nice, but time elapsing is almost as important at this stage of the game. The job has been done. 86.5 minutes on the clock. Stoke City 0, Leeds United 3. Forshaw in possession to Shackleton. Gets inside the marking defender Ince. And then it comes back to Alioski. Alioski's got the opportunity to go back to the centre circle and Berardi. Berardi further forward then to Dallas. And there are options available to Dallas as ever, making it easy for the man in possession. Forshaw comes short. Forshaw back to Dallas once more. And Dallas just holds the ball on the near side touchline. Still holds it there. Allen goes in to try and make the challenge. And the foot in from Edwards sees Leeds United win the throw in. And it goes back into Ben White. Just confirmation that we have had one booking. Nketiah booked, missed that one after he'd come on. Leeds won't be too disappointed by that, because the stats are very much in their favour through this afternoon in terms of possession, but most importantly, of course, in terms of goals scored. Chances created way in excess of Stoke. Goals scored way in excess of Stoke. Forshaw in possession. Back to White, and White square to Berardi. Stadium looking pretty empty now, except for the away supporters' end, from where all the noise emanates. Back it goes towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Stoke literally can't get the ball back now with 2 minutes on the clock.
Best feeling as a player is this. You know the game's won. The opposition don't really want to press. They know the game's dead as well. So you just enjoy it. And you've earned the right to get to this position to enjoy the game. And that's saying, we're just enjoying this day so much, just from a personal point of view, just to watch the players play at this level.
Forshaw to Dallas, and then Dallas almost picks out a run forward of Nketiah. Costa getting back involved to try and win possession. Phillips might get in ahead of Allen. No, Allen just manages to help it out to McClean near side. Welsh international to Republic of Ireland international, but then Clucas under pressure from Costa thinks about going back to the keeper and instead goes long. Dallas keeps the ball in play, not quite. Goes out over the near side touchline. Leeds have not always enjoyed good afternoons or evenings against Stoke. There was a couple of seasons in the 80s where Leeds lost 7-2 against Stoke and 6-2 in consecutive seasons. And that fantastic run at the start of the 73-74 campaign, when Leeds went 29 games unbeaten, finally came to an end against Stoke at the Victoria Ground. Today has been very different. Now here's Nketiah, and Forshaw's in the middle. This is a great chance for Forshaw. Oh my word, it's come for Forshaw again. Still there for Leeds. Shackleton. Oh, it's deflected wide. Well, Adam Forshaw's not going to score this season. We can say that now.
What has he got to do to score? You have to see Eddie Nketiah, it was fighting the centre half. It was Lindsay, just trying to shake him clear. And they just rolled it to Adam Forshaw, and you're like, there you go, Adam. This is the goal you've been waiting for. Go tap that one in. Federici made a great save. On the rebound, Shackleton just got deflected wide.
You know that Adam Forshaw, he's already been asked about it this week, hasn't he? Yeah. The build up to the game about this not scoring yet. Well, you'd almost say, well, he had a great chance at Wigan last week. That wasn't actually as easy a chance as the one at Wigan, but the net result was the same. 3 added minutes. And Leeds will be happy to keep playing for 33 minutes. So much are they in control of this game. And the fans will just revel in it. What has been completely comprehensive, utterly ruthless away performance.
So dominant, Bryn.
It's actually almost embarrassing at this stage now, isn't it? Because Stoke have literally thrown the towel in. They've stopped. They're not even chasing back for possession now. I guess they know there's other games coming, and this one's lost. Costa, he's onside, over the top, has to stop to control the ball outside the penalty area now. Tries to turn goalwards. Ball's taken away from him there, briefly at least by Clucas, but Leeds ultimately win the ball back in the shape of a throw-in. Now Dallas, edge of the area. Dallas rides the challenge. Now Forshaw's in space. He goes down under the challenge of Allen. Referee looks at it. Nothing doing. Well-timed tackle by Joe Allen, it would appear. Almost opened up in front of Adam Forshaw again there. Willing him to score a goal now.
Must have that exciting kind of feeling. Adrenaline must have been pumping, thinking, I'm in again. Can I get the finish off? But fair play to Allen. Come on, just put that challenge in.
Well, as you said earlier in the commentary, Joe Allen is the consummate professional. I've enjoyed spending quite a bit of time in his company over the years. Really nice fella. He was no way he was going to let Forshaw get in on goal then. He'll keep at it. Left out today for the first time since Nathan Jones took charge of Stoke City. He played every single game up until today. But when he's come on, he's tried to do his bit. It's not been easy for Stoke though, at all today. They've been played off the park pretty much. Edwards, left-hand side, forced out towards a corner flag. And again, White is absolutely immaculate.
It's another game where you'd have to wash Ben White's kit. It's a kit man's dream. Just put that on, Ben. Don't get dirty. Just don't put a sweat on, and we'll just put it on for the next away game for you. Absolutely incredible defender.
Alioski into Nketiah through the middle. Stoke players around him. Tries to turn goalwards. Again, the man stepping back as the last line of defence is Joe Allen. Tidies up. And just a run potentially here from Atoma on the right-hand side. Leeds need to close this down, which they do by conceding a free kick. And Phillips will get booked for that. And you'd almost wonder whether it was worth really making the challenge in that position, because they do add up. Anyway, the forward run was stopped. Leeds so desperately keen to keep the clean sheet with 20 seconds of added time remaining that Calvin Phillips was still prepared to commit the foul to stop the forward run, and he gets a yellow card as a result.
It just shows you the desire to work back, the desire today. It's been great. It's been a great day for the club. The under-18s under Mark Jackson, they won 2-0 this morning as well. So what a great day, lovely day. A fantastic under-18s and the first team winning. Great dominant performances.
So just one more moment for Leeds United perhaps to defend, but even as this ball is struck, we've moved into added time of added time now. So once the free kick's taken, that must be pretty much it. Looking around the stadium, it's almost empty. Free kick straight into the wall from McClean, and then the second effort goes high over the crossbar, and that's enough. It's been a fantastic away day for Leeds United yet again. They have a 100% record away from home. They've scored 3 times away from home again, and they've not conceded. All in all, the perfect away day, Ben.
You're running out of words kind of describe us at the moment, and especially away from home, because so dominant. We've been, like I say, as an away team coming here, it could have been difficult with Stoke making those 6 changes. You expect them to have a bit of a go, and they did that first half. They tried to disrupt the flow of the game, but all it takes is one bit of quality, and that's what we produced with that first goal. And as soon as we got that first goal to go 1-0 up, that's when we started to turn the screw, and the players could see hands are on knees. They'll put an absolute shift in yet again, and when you do put that shift in, you get your reward, because if you match the opposition for work rate, you get the rest of the performance out on the pitch, because the way we're playing with a swagger. And I'm just watching Jones here. He's going round clapping fans. Is this a swan song for him? It kind of looks that way, but I have to give full credit to our boys. Different class yet again.
You mentioned it in commentary. I think it's a privilege to watch a performance like that, isn't it? Because you don't often get to see players playing at that level.
You actually feel almost guilty that we haven't paid for a ticket ourselves, you know what I mean? And we've actually come to work here and really enjoy it all. And you can see all the Leeds fans, nearly 3,000 on the right hand side. They're going to this bank holiday absolutely buzzing now, as well the players. Yeah, we've got Stoke again on Tuesday in the Carabao Cup, but this is a massive important game in terms of the league. And we said during commentary we could make a statement and send the rest of the division a big message, and I think we've done that. Come here, 3-0, could have been 5 or 6 if we're being honest. Very little chances given away yet again. Another clean sheet. Been the next defender yourself, Bryn.
Yeah.
I think that's what this team builds and prides itself on, having those clean sheets, because again, we create chances, we score goals, keep that back door shut, will win majority of games this season.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed that as much as we have. There's more to come this week as well. Tuesday night at home against Stoke, and then Swansea City next weekend. Bring it on. Final scoreline here at the Bet 365 Stadium. It's finished. Stoke City 0, Leeds United 3.